Hi, are you an author trying to decide which of the many sizes you would like your book to be published? Well, you've come to the right place. Books come in a variety of trim sizes, ranging from this lovely 5x8 or 5x7 up to the most conventional and common 6x9, square 8.5 by 8.5, all the way up to paper size 8.5 by 11. So I was reminded by a conversation I had today with one of my authors. His name is Jack Filer. He's the author of these two awesome books, Preparing for Jesus, an Advent Devotional, and Coin and Dagger. We're talking about his third book, which is called The Widower and the Washer. And I asked Jack, well, what do you have in mind, Jack? Do you think it'll be small, 5x7, or large, 6x9, or somewhere in the middle? And he reminded me of a very interesting thing about publishing, which is, while there are no hard and fast rules, there are like guidelines depending on the genre of your book. And so what I recommend you do is check out a handy guide. You could find this common book trim sizes on Ingram Sparks' website, and I'll put the link in the description. And there you'll learn that general fiction is often 6x9, nonfiction 5.5 by 8.5. It goes all the way down through. The one important thing to remember about your book's trim size, however, is that, like in many industries, in publishing, common and standard and familiar are inexpensive. Weird and unusual are very expensive. And so if you, for instance, want to do something familiar like a 5x7 or a 6x9 or an 8.5 by 11, you're going to find that works really well on your wallet. If, however, you want to do a fancy book that's shaped like an egg, or that is some kind of funky size like 4x4, it's going to cost a lot of money for you to have that book printed. Another important thing to note is you might have noticed one commonality of all of these books is their portrait. If you take a portrait book like this and you turn it this way and make it landscape, friends, it costs about twice as much to print. Something to do with the way books are trimmed. My last piece of advice on trim size, friends, is before you get really wedded to the trim size of your book, go ahead and double check with your printer or your printer distributor, such as Amazon KDP or Ingram Spark, and just make sure that they offer that trim size in the ink that you want, such as, for example, do they offer an 8x10 book in color? Or, for example, do they offer a 5x8 book in black and white? Just make sure before you design your book of that size. And also remember that there are also variations in between. The ones I've showed you are the most common trim sizes.